question is to Sir Patrick. First of all, I'd like to extend my thanks to you and to your team for all the work that you're doing at this time. As has been mentioned already, the government defends its decision-making as being led by the science. My question, this part of the question can be answered with a simple yes or no. Has the scientific advice provided by SAGE to the government always been unanimously agreed by the many members, especially on advice given on herd immunity and when the UK went into lockdown?
Well, again, we give science advice and then ministers have to make their decisions. And all I can say is that the advice that we've given has been heard and has been taken by the government. Clearly, what we don't give advice on is absolutely precise policy decisions or absolute timings on things, so that those are decisions which ministers must take on the basis of the science. And I think the correct way of saying it is that the decisions are informed by science. They're not led by science, as you open the question.
Thank you, Sir Patrick. Forgive me, I'm just trying to understand how the government interpret the advice given by SAGE and what sort of advice and the format of the advice that is given by SAGE. So if, for example, there are different opinions within the members of SAGE, as you've already said, there are lots of different opinions about masks, for example, and the evidence around that. Does SAGE provide one considered option to government, or are different options and different advice laid out for the government to take a decision?
Oh, well, we would lay out, what we don't do is just say there are 16 different views, take your pick, because that's not helpful. So what we try to do is to come down to what we think is a position or a range of positions, 2 or 3 options, to say these are the sorts of things you could consider. Here is the reason that we think that they are reasonable options, and here are the uncertainties that lie around those options, because nearly everything that we're talking about has quite wide uncertainty around it. And that uncertainty may be one that we can put some mathematical bounds around, so we can put some confidence intervals, or it may be genuine uncertainty. There are just not enough data in order to be able to make any sort of decision, or it may be a behavioural science approach where we haven't got the data at the moment and we have to give an informed view. So our output is very much in the form of options, it's in form of uncertainty, and it's in the form of what could be done and what the potential consequences might be, not here is the answer, get on and do this. I mean, that's not how it works.
Okay, so it would be more accurate to say that the government's decision-making is being led by different scientific options, of which it has chosen one.
It's more accurate to say that the government's decisions are based on science informing them with the best possible option as to what the uncertainties are around the information that's provided, and then obviously ministers need to make choices. But what we're definitely not doing, I just want to be clear about this, we're not laying out a menu of 15 options and say take your pick. We're trying to say the best possible consensus view on this is, which leads you to the following sorts of options that you might consider and the uncertainties that underlie those various pieces of advice.
Has SAGE presented the government with just one considered option ever, or is it always given the different options underneath it? Albeit a small range of options, it has provided the government with different options and scenarios.
I'm trying to think if there's ever where we've given a single option. I doubt we've ever gone and given a single option. We're more likely to have said, here are the range of things with the potential effect sizes, and these are the choices you could make at this point.
Thank you very much, Patrick.